morning. Thank you again for clicking on my video. So today, as you can tell in the title, I will be testing out these Real Techniques sponges. I got these on Black Friday. They're the Real Techniques 6 Miracle Sponges, and I've tried the big orange ones, but they came out with some new ones, these purple ones and this pink one. And these purple ones are smaller, kind of like the tiny beauty blender. So it says that the purple ones are for eyes, this pink one here is for finishing, and this orange one here is for base. So I'm going to go ahead and do my full face with these and bring you along with me and tell you what I think. Also, I got this kit for $20 on Black Friday from Ulta. So before I go ahead and dampen them, they feel a little dense. I have my dirty beauty blender here. This is my beauty blender. You see how easy this gives? And this one just a little thicker. And the same with size-wise. So if you've never seen a Real Techniques sponge, they're orange. They come to a point at the top, kind of like the beauty blender. The beauty blender is a little bit more pointed, and this one is a little fatter, but it comes to a point at the top. But on the other side, where the beauty blender is domed, it's flat on one end, and it comes to a point over here. So that's the Real Techniques orange sponge. And then the purple one, their one for their eyes, is almost the same thing as the big version, where it comes to a point and it has that flat end. But it has, I don't know if you can tell, it has a flat top here. So it comes to that point, but then it's flat at the top. And then it has the point at the bottom here. And then compared to the size of the mini beauty blender, it's a lot bigger. And this isn't dry, and this one dry. So it's a lot bigger in comparison already before I wet them. And then the pink one is this weird shape. It's flat here. I hope you can see. So it's flat here, and then it's flat here. But then it's got a tiny ball-ish, and then it's round again here, but they both come to this kind of point. And for this one, it says, "There's a miracle sculpting sponge expertly cut for controlled application and designed to help create shadows or highlight your favorite facial features. Use damp for a dewy glow or dry for a full coverage finish." So it doesn't really tell me which side to use what for. So I'm going to kind of just go for it. It also says on the back of here, revolutionary foam technology, and it says replace these every 1 to 3 months. So I might as well just read the back of all of these. So it says, you can use them damp or dry. These 6 miracle sponges are the key to well-blended airbrush looks. Use with powders, creams, or liquids for flawless results. So it comes with 2 of the Miracle Complexion sponges, shaped to create the perfect base and build coverage where needed. Use damp for a dewy glow or dry for full coverage. And then these are called the Miracle Mini Eraser Sponges. There's 3 of these. These little miracles help sweep away your makeup mishaps with soft, flexible foam that helps pick up any type of makeup, especially around the eyes. Use damp to blend harsh lines or dry to pick up makeup. Okay, so I've never used a makeup sponge dry because I feel like it soaks up extra product. I'm gonna go ahead and dampen them, and I will be back. Okay, so I went ahead and I dampened them, and I also dampened my beauty blender and the mini beauty blender to show you the comparison to those. And they all about doubled in size, if you can see here. So the wet micro mini sponge compared to the dry one, you can see it got a lot bigger. And then the wet micro mini from Real Techniques compared to the wet beauty blender, it's still a lot bigger. So this one is a lot bigger, and it's not as much to a point. So I wonder how that's going to fit under my eyes. So that's the micro mini sponge. And then for the face sponge, this is how big, like this is the size of my hand. This is how big it got when it got wet. And this is the size of it normally. So if you can tell, it doubled in size. It got a lot bigger. It's huge now. And then compared to the Damp Beauty blender, this is the Damp Beauty blender. And so they're both relatively big. My Beauty blender is so dirty right now. But again, the Beauty blender comes more to a tapered point. So I feel like this gets around your eyes and like by your eyebrows and under your chin a lot easier. So we'll see how that goes. And these all got so much softer. So they're a lot more pliable and squishy once they're wet. And then I don't have another one of these, so I can't show you this dry again. But this also about doubled in size here. So this one is very interesting, and we'll see what I'll do. And this one's very squishy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and basically do my full face of makeup. I already have my eyes and my eyebrows on, as you can tell. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit closer and we can continue. All right, you're all up close and personal with my face. So I'm going to go ahead and prime. I'm going to use my Beauty Blend, I'm going to use my Benefit POREfessional. Then going into my cream contour kit, I'm going to go into the shade Cinnamon over here. And I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting. And for my color corrector, I blend that out with a brush because it is a cream and it's not water-based. So for foundation today, I'm going to use my tried and true Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin in the shade 95 Coconut. And I'm just going to take a couple of pumps of that on the back of my hand. Ooh, I forgot how thick this was. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the pointed end of the Miracle Sponge and I'm just going to dip that in and then go ahead and go in on my face. So again, like I thought, getting around my eyebrows, because I do concealer on my eyebrows, it's a little bit tricky with how big it is. So I'm going to go ahead and try and use the flat end to get around my eyebrows. So that put my foundation on pretty well. I'm going to use the flat side now to just pick up any excess. Now I can feel the sponge already drying out. When I use my Beauty Blender, it's damp the whole way through. I can go back and use it again to blend out some edges, and I can already feel like I would need to re-dampen this sponge. So I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape and my L'Oreal Magic Lumi highlighter underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my little purple sponge. So to blend out my face highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use just the pointed side again. Actually, like the side of it, the rounded side. And then for under my eye, I'm going to use that same like flat-ish, not flat, but the rounded side to the point underneath my eye, and then I'm going to try and use the edge of it here to clean up the edge of my eye makeup. I'm going to bring my mirror a little bit closer. So I like this one. I've been using the flat side here, the flat side, to blend out the edge between my concealer and my skin so that I don't have a harsh line there. So it definitely helped blend that out. And getting into the inner corners with this tip isn't as hard as I thought it would be. It is a little bit big for my liking, but it gets up there really good, and that edge really did clean up the edge of my eye makeup there. So I'm going to go ahead and set that once with my Black Radiance powder and a brush. I've been doing that a lot recently. I personally get, when I set it with powder, like when I bake my under eyes, sometimes it exaggerates the under eye bags. So I'll set it one time with a pressed powder and then I'll go ahead and bake. So I'm going to go in with my Creamy Beige Black Radiance powder and my Royal Langnickel contour brush. I'm just going to set that. And going into my Sacha Buttercup powder, I'm going to use that same sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and bake under my eyes. I'm going to use that flat side. I'm just going to dip it straight in the powder and then go right up against my eye makeup there. And I'm going to go ahead and set other places that I use that concealer with. So I'm going to go ahead and cream contour. When I typically cream contour, what I'll do, I'll go in my Stila Cream Contour Duo and I'll take my face paint brush from Zoeva and I'll just blend it out. And I won't do a really harsh contour. But today we're going to use the sponge and we're going to see how that compares. I think I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to take this small side and I'm going to dip it straight in to the deep contour cream in here. I'm going to stick the point into it and then I'm going to follow my natural contour here. And then kind of just fade it up. And then with the bigger side, I'm going to again just take the point of it and dip it straight into that cream. And then fade that along my forehead. Like that. So I'm going to take that tip of it again. And I'm not going to go straight into the cream, but I'm going to go into the center where it's not as much. And I'm going to put that on the tip and then trace along the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take the, I don't even know what this thing, I guess. I'm going to take this side and I'm going to go ahead and blend out that contour, or attempt to. Maybe if I use the small side. So this, in theory, it would be easy to hold like this and use it, or even like this and use it. I think that this sponge is a lot better for if you were on the go and you typically use 2 sponges to do your makeup and wanted to bring one. You could bring just this one and use this side for your full face foundation and then this side for concealer. I don't typically think I would use this again to contour. I mean, it came out fine. It was just a little harder and longer than me just dipping my brush in and just blending it out real quick on my face. So that's my thought on this. Alrighty, okay, so my thoughts on these sponges. I feel like they're definitely worth the money. For $20, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 sponges for $20. And one beauty blender, the big beauty blender, is $20 itself. These sponges will get you a flawless face. I definitely think that this one is a little weird and they're a little bit big sometimes, but for someone who's starting out, if you need sponges to build a kit, I mean, $20 for 6 sponges, you can't beat that with a stick. And 3 eye sponges, you only have 2 eyes, you use one at a time. 2 face sponges, you have 1 face. And so if you're like me and you're a little lazy on cleaning but you like clean sponges, this is a great package. So I'd give these maybe like a 4 out of 5 stars. So those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think down below. I'll link this set down below on the Ulta website as well. And they're also, you can get this for less than $20 because Ulta always has that $3.50 off of 15, and this is $19.99 itself. So you get an extra $3.50 off considering it's not a prestige product. So this right here is a steal. I don't know if you necessarily need this one, but it comes in the set, so I recommend it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm surprised I have 44 subscribers, which is not a lot compared to a lot of people, but to me, that's 44 people that are watching me that I didn't think that they would. So don't forget to subscribe down below, please. And I also have a lot more videos coming up. I'm going on a cruise soon, so hopefully I'll be able to vlog that. Get a way to upload some videos while I'm on the cruise ship. Pay for internet, I guess. And I apologize for taking so long to put up a new video. I've been really sick. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.